And then this man out of nowhere is just like, what's that one movie, like scary movie where the guy's like slash dash jazz, you know? Hey, this is another Snack News episode 5. I'm your girl Chef Lil P, and yeah, we gonna start off low and then we're gonna go high, sort of. I mean, it's the news, what you expect. But yeah, we gonna get into this Gaza break into aid warehouse. All right, here we go.
Israel is expanding its battle against Hamas with tanks on the ground and more strikes from the sky. The death and destruction is widespread. Buildings in the Gaza Strip obliterated into nothing but rubble. Hospitals are flooded with Palestinian patients and forced to treat the injured outside. CBS News producer Marwan Al Ghul is in Gaza and says the situation is desperate.
While I was driving in Gaza City North, I saw empty streets, but a lot of destructions everywhere.
Additional aid is now arriving in the Palestinian territory for the first time since the war began, but workers say it is desperately short of what's needed. Complicating matters, thousands of people have stormed UN warehouses in a frantic search for food and basic supplies. Israel's widening ground assault in Gaza has some Israelis fearing the worst for more than 200 hostages still trapped in the hands of Hamas. In Tel Aviv, demonstrators worry the captives could be killed in the crossfire.
I think it's the first priority to bring them back, even before destroying Gaza and Hamas.
She's ill. Yafa Adar, whose 85-year-old grandmother was kidnapped by Hamas, is refusing to give up.
If I will stop hoping, then there's no reason to wake up in the morning, and I need to have this hope.
Hope for a bit of light after more than 3 weeks of darkness. Tina Kraus, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
All right, if y'all saw episode 4 Snack News, you already know where I stand on this war. Man, it's really a horrific tragedy over there. I mean, those Palestinians, just innocent people. This is not just them, it's also like Americans, like dual citizenship, Palestinian / American, they over there as well. Probably just regular Americans, just visiting. I don't know what to say. It's like I said, we starting off low, but those people trapped with no food, no fuel, no electricity, no internet. Just imagine, because these are things that we take for granted. Like, they don't have none of that, and they gotta survive. And there's no telling what's gonna happen when the smoke clears. You know what I'm saying? To those people, it's Allah, God, be with all those people over there, all those innocent people over there, for real. I don't know how, like, the aid workers, I mean, this had to be like big corporation, government, run, like American Red Cross type of style of aid, that's probably going over there, because I can't see, some like some independent, charity organization asking people, hey, do you want to come help the people in Gaza, like, and then sending your money, like, look, they already, doing donations and, saying for this war. I'm like, how the money is getting over there? Sent to the people specifically, and or food or anything else you donate. Because if they being cut off from the world, they trapped.
Affirmed to Prime Minister Netanyahu yesterday, America's commitment to Israel is firm, and it is ironclad.
But yeah, let's move on to the next.
At the same time, I am frustrated. I understand we are all humans. I do not agree. I do not support. I do not condone shaming this business based on my experience. Like every city we've been to.
A TikTok star goes on a food tour rating restaurants across the country and here in Atlanta. But is it in bad taste? Plus, we get the skinny on Skims becoming the official underwear for pro athletes on the hardwood. Entertainment contributor Allie Lynn joins us with the 411. Allie, good morning to you. And let's start with the food critic. We're talking about Keith Lee, sparking heated debate with his take on some popular restaurants. So which ones are we talking about?
Well, listen, when you got about 14 million viewers, over 600 million views, you're not so big of a deal, right? So he goes to about 9 million restaurants, 9 restaurants, not million, 9 restaurants, which probably felt like 9 million going back to back. Atlanta Breakfast Club, the seafood menu, Juicy Jerk, the Real Milk and Honey, Dining Experience Atlanta, the Bodega, the Jamaican Jerk Biz, Old Lady Gang, and Toast on Lennox. So he went on an entire tour. Now, he's been giving up this tour share for quite some time, and he actually took to TikTok for people to advise him.
All right, so yeah, I got a couple peoples in Georgia, but they're not in Atlanta. But man, I always want to see here and go send to Atlanta. Never been. Been to Georgia, but just never been to Atlanta. So some of these restaurants, I don't even I don't follow, Atlanta food scene like that. But I do know the Old Lady Gang because obviously it's from that one Candy Burris. Yeah, that's her name. Candy Burris from the group Escape. That's how we should keep it. Yeah, we should never let her know. Okay. And then, from the Atlanta Real Housewives. Yeah. So, I know that restaurant of hers because I believe she was filming that while she was doing, Atlanta Housewives, a while back. And I'm like, shoot, I'm surprised, it's still going because, some of these celebrity restaurants, they don't last that long. They don't last that long at all. Like grand opening, grand closing, for real. So I want to see what they say about that restaurant.
Where to go? Well, the thing about it is, he didn't have the best experience in Atlanta.
He really did. And can you tell us about some of the ones, some very popular ones, like Old Lady Gang, that he had a little bit of an issue with? And I think there's the Real Milk and Honey, the Atlanta Breakfast Club. So which one do you want to talk about?
Oh, guys, well, we can talk about, let's talk about Old Lady Gang.
Okay.
So apparently he goes in there and he's waiting. The people said that they can't seat him. It's going to be about an hour, 30-minute wait. So he's like, okay, but get this. He sends a family member in there to get the information. When he comes in, they're like, oh, we got a table for you in 5 minutes. And so he's like, no, that ain't cool. Candy takes to Instagram, of course, and she kind of gives them, oh, Keith, we missed you. When it's during the weekend, we try not to do to-go orders and things like that, blah, blah, blah. Totally skipping over the fact that he got played with his time because he sent in a family member as a decoy.
Oh.
So the thing about it is he tries to get these real deal experiences so people, when they go, they know what to expect. But you can't just go in there and just, say one thing and then turn around and see it's him, and then it's a whole nother vibe and energy. Come on.
I'm taking a lot of these restaurateurs are going to have to say something on social media. So,
look, first of all, in some of these, big cities, what I'm saying, like, especially me, here in New York, like, if a restaurant is popping on the weekends, it's gonna be a long wait, regardless. But him, what I'm saying, I don't really follow him, to be honest with you. But I mean, I know he's huge, what I'm saying, a huge, food critic, on TikTok, because I went on there, to check him out a little bit. And then, yeah, shoot, he's coming up in my, snack news, food news, what I'm saying, feed. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, restaurants gonna give, special treatment to, well-known food critics and, celebrities. I mean, that's just how it is. I mean, I work, at a few, New York restaurants, and restaurants, what I'm saying, back home. And yes, it always been like that. It's like chef, like, hey, or back of the house would be like, hey, so VIP, such is gonna be in, we gotta sit here and like all of the food orders, what I'm saying, we don't even like, we put those on the back burner, and we just focus on this special VIP, make sure it's soigné. So that's just restaurant culture right there.
But he does encourage patrons to try the restaurants for themselves. He's not saying not to go to them, right?
He does, and I think that that's the cool part about it, right? So it's like, even though this was my experience, this may not be your experience, which is fine. I still want to highlight these things. He really wants to support small businesses and businesses of color as well. So I'm here for it. But Atlanta got to tighten up. We got to tighten up.
Exactly. And let's move on to Kim Kardashian, because she really scored a huge deal.
All right, now I'm going to take it back kind of low. We're going to see about this man running around with a knife getting shot by the Colorado police. All right.
You got 1 month, buddy. You got 1 month. Don't use it. Don't do it, Scott.
There's a school there. Are you allowed to be around children where children would be?
We're taking a look at the top body cam moments of the last month. From an officer-involved shooting to a political candidate threatening a cop, and a sex offender found sleeping under a piano in a Catholic church.
Remember I told you it's gonna get crowded? We don't need it to be like this. You just drop the knife right where you're at, we're good.
We begin in Denver, where police were called to a Whole Foods market on September 19th. At about 6:15 that evening, an off-duty officer inside the store reported seeing a man who was, quote, out of it. The suspect was later identified as 33-year-old Lateef Robinson. Investigators say the off-duty cop spoke to Robinson, but he didn't answer. Minutes later, he went behind the deli counter and grabbed a butcher-style knife.
What's your name, bro? What's your name?
As first responders attempted to negotiate with Robinson, they say he pointed the blade into his chest. Later, he grabbed a different knife. Body camera video captures officers on the scene discuss the situation.
Staff that just walked through staff back there. Make sure.
Yo, this is scary. Like, just imagine, like, you ain't in the grocery store, what I'm saying? It's just another day getting you some food. And then this man out of nowhere is just like, what's that one movie, like scary movie, where the guy's like slash dash cut your ass, you know?
Now hear this, right? I'm gonna slash and gash, cut another hole in your ass. I spill blood on the walls and play tennis with your balls. If the phone rings, don't answer the call. It's gonna slit your throat, fuck you like a goat, peel your foreskin off and make a winter coat. Peace.
Yo, that was the illest rhyme I ever seen, son.
Like on some Jason shit. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, let me get up out of here. And then you gotta go home hungry. But it's better than sitting here and being stabbed. I look. Like you hear about, you know what I'm saying, with people with mental health issues, disabilities, like being out in the public and not having nobody, you know, care for them, not having the proper care, period. And I'm thinking we're gonna see a lot of this. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I think our healthcare system is not, you know, not really paying attention to this as, you know, like they need to. And our judicial system and our whole system, period, you know, society as a whole. You know, we just see them on the street and we just keep it moving, mind our business. You know.
First responders call for Robinson to drop the knife as they attempt to de-escalate the situation.
So he's already said where the real bullets don't want him to turn. You gotta be talking that.
But minutes into the negotiation, Robinson still refuses to drop the weapon.
Remember I told you it's gonna get crowded? We don't need it to be like this. You just drop the knife right where you're at, we're good.
What?
Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Can you talk to you guys at all?
Finally, he takes a step forward with the knife still in hand. That's when gunshots ring out. No one was injured in the gunfire, but Robinson was tased. He was later taken into custody on suspicion of felony menacing. Now, Denver PD says it's working with the district attorney's office and mental health resources to determine possible treatment options for Robinson. Heading east now.
Yeah, all I have to say is everybody be careful out there. And yeah, that's it, bruh. 'Cause that's crazy. That's insane. Man, I don't know, just shoot. Just imagine like being in that grocery store. Most likely when, you know, the cops got there and they tried to, you know, get the man to cooperate with them. Most likely, like, the people that was like working at the grocery store was probably trying to get everybody, you know, to get out. And, you know, like, if you was already in line, they probably was hurrying up, rigging you up. You know, if you wasn't in line, they probably say here like, hey, you gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Because of course you don't want, you know what I'm saying, everybody around, you know, if it's going down like that. But yeah, I mean, that, you know what I'm saying, that can happen anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be careful, stay alert, and eat healthy. All right, so that's episode 5 of Snack News. Again, I'm your girl chef Lil P, and as always, keep the peace. I'm out.